Namaskar. Welcome to Vision of Asia, Voice of the Community. I'm Kala Shankar. It is only the first Sunday of March 2019, but so many events have taken place already in this new year. Each one of us has added many new experiences to our lives on an individual basis. There have been significant developments for society, and more importantly, Indian Americans have keenly observed and participated in the emotional upheavals of Bharat as the news of the terror attack on CRPF Jawans came. Indian Americans acted swiftly in condemning this cowardly act. They worked towards raising funds, and many condolence meetings as well as protests were organized. The Indian government reacted with a strong response. While each Indian is peace-loving, peace with dignity is important. Sometimes peace demands a demonstration of power. Well, moving towards Vision of Asia, Voice of the Community, here are the top stories for this week in this special Vision of Asia. A candle vigil for CRPF martyrs of the Pulwama attack. A protest by Indian Americans in front of the Pakistani embassy. An India Business Conference at Columbia University. The Dalit Film and Cultural Film Festival, an interview with celebrity chef Vikas Khanna, who has made a wonderful film titled Buried Seeds, and This Week with Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parekh. All this in today's Vision of Asia, Voice of the Community, right after this short break. The attack on CRPF Jawans by a terrorist was carried out with the support of the Jaish-e-Mohammed terror outfit based in Pakistan. India lost 44 CRPF Jawans in this cowardly attack. The Indian American community held a candle night vigil at the Royal Albert's Palace restaurant in New Jersey. Chairman of ITV Gold and Parekh Worldwide Media, Dr. Sudhir Parekh was also present with community members and expressed support for the government of India. Here are some highlights.
Om Dhambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandhanam Mityor Mukshi Amamrita.
हम क्या कर सकते हैं? मनुष्य चेतन पाके आदमी कहाँ तक पहुँच सकते हैं? यहाँ एक जीवंत उदाहरण है, तो इसी के लिए हम हमारी भाव संवेदना व्यक्त करते हैं। और इसके परिवार में जो ये दुखद बात बनी है, तो परिवारजनों को भगवान महाकाल उसको ये दुख सहन करने की शक्ति, सामर्थ्य और धैर्य दे, ऐसी भाव के हम भाव वंदना करते हैं और सत वो शहीदों को प्रणाम करते हैं। जय गुरुदेव।
I am also speechless. I am also feeling the same pain and anger which all others are feeling here. 40 precious lives have been lost in a heinous terrorism attack, and my prayers are with the families of those souls who have departed, and may God provide peace to departed souls. Thank you.
We really thank you very much for supporting the community, and today really it's very sad day that we have to remember our soldiers, those who are protecting us. They got martyred, and for them I think we all community should stand together, and I urge community to donate or contribute for Jawan's family as much as they can, and we all should stand behind our government of India as well as our beloved Prime Minister Narendra Bhai Modi. Thank you. Jai Hind.
A senseless tragedy that happens all too often in our world, and we really need to get together as we have tonight to pray for those who were lost. I just want to say that all the Woodbridge stands with you, the entire community tonight. We're all together tonight. Thank you.
His sentiments and my condolences to all, and it's great that everyone is gathered here together at Royal Albert Palace to pray together for the loss of the lives. Thank you.
On behalf of Federation of Indian Association, we heartily felt really affected with this barbaric attack on soldier of India, and we pray for all the family who had suffered the losses. And today we are gathered here for candlelight vigil to support those troops and their family and making sure that we remember them with heart, living in the United States. And we pray God it doesn't happen again, and we request the government of India to take necessary action and this not happen again to India.
We have arranged a fundraising program on the big scale on March 3rd at a palace at the Carteret, and we like to join. Everybody can join, and we can send it. Also, our heart condolence goes to the soldiers and their family. Thank you.
Hi, we are here to tribute the soldiers, and we have program in from New Jersey State API that is recently formed. As Dr. Pradisa mentioned, please do come and support our soldiers and their families. Bharat Mata ki
Jai.
Good evening. Our heart goes to the victims and their family. On behalf of the New Jersey State API chapter, I would like to invite all of you to the upcoming fundraising the API has organized for the victim and their family. Please try to join us on the March 3rd at the Roselle Park.
And we all should stand together behind Jawans, behind our country, motherland, as well as government of India, and specifically Prime Minister Narendra Modi. All our support has to be there, and please come and join us.
We are here today, get together to pay our respect to all the Shaheed from our country. It is a very sad moment for all of us. We will come out of it and we will stand together. Bharat Mata ki Jai, Jai Hind.
And it's a very sad moment, but I hope God gives all the strength to the families to overcome this, and God gives us strength to overcome this. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Let me say that in my opinion, एक ही चांद है, एक ही सूरज है, एक ही तारा है जो सभी जगह पे जाता है, और सभी आदमी एक ही है. तो फिर हमारे देश की जो रक्षा करते हैं उनके साथ ऐसा क्यों? ये आप आई थिंक मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि मेरा ये मैसेज देना है कि वी ऑल आर सेम. सो आई विश के दोबारा ऐसा ना हो और भगवान उन लोगों को सद्बुद्धि दे. थैंक यू.
सब जितने भी यहाँ पे फ़ौजी लोग रहते हैं अमेरिका में, और हमारी फाउंडेशन है श्रद्धा फाउंडेशन, जिसमें हम जो हमारे जवान शहीद हो जाते हैं उनकी विधवाओं के लिए, बच्चों के लिए हम फंड रेज करते हैं और देते आते हैं. मैं इस पूरी फाउंडेशन की तरफ से और अपने सभी फ़ौजी भाइयों की तरफ से जो हमारे जवान पुलवामा में शहीद हुए हैं उनको और उनके परिवार वालों को श्रद्धांजलि अर्पित करता हूँ. हम सभी लोगों को आतंकवाद की हर तरीके से निंदा करनी चाहिए और एक साथ मिलकर आतंकवाद के ख़िलाफ़ एक लड़ाई लड़नी चाहिए. ये सिर्फ सरकार का काम नहीं है, ये हम सब का काम है. हम अपनी आँखें कान खुले रखें, चौकन्ने रहें, और जो भी कोई सस्पिशियस चीज़ होती है उसको गहरी निगाह से देखें और उसको रिपोर्ट करने की कोशिश करें. मुझे उम्मीद है कि हम अगर सब मिलेंगे तो हम आतंकवाद को इस दुनिया से सदा के लिए ख़त्म कर पाएंगे. थैंक यू.
The only thing I can say is let us pray for them, for their family, and we go through this very critical time with peace and patience, Shraddha and Saburi.
Hello, ITV viewer. Today we gather in the Royal Albert Palace with all the community leaders. With me right now standing Dr. Sudhir Parikh Padma Shri and our community leader. With them, like today we have like more than 40 to 50 organizations. They gathered and they all condemn this barbaric incident happened in the Pulwama on 14th of February, where we lost our 44 brave soldiers. They lost their life without any reasons. We, Federation of Indian Association, our chairman Ramesh Patel, and all the board of trustee, our committee members, executive members, we condemn this barbaric attack. And we want to thank you to the ITV Gold that they are coming all the time and supporting all such incident or events where they feel the community become as strong. And with them they have the Desi Talk is always standing with us all the time, India News. And thank you everyone. Thank you Dr. Sudhir Parikh. Thanks a lot.
Deepest condolences for this very unfortunate tragedy, and we want to also send out a message of sympathy to the families of the Pulwama victims. and we want to pass on a message that the American community stands united behind them and for them and their families, and anything that we can do within our power here, we'll be more than happy to do. I'm sure there is already movement of support from the American community here, and it will continue to grow, and I thank ITV for covering this event and for supporting this cause of spreading the word out. Thank you. Jai Hind. Bharat Mata ki Jai.
This is such a cowardly act by the terrorists that cannot be spared, and those terrorists can never be forgiven. Wherever they come from, whichever the country they come from, they will be taken to task. We will revenge it.
This is not acceptable. It's cowardly act, and we all should condemn it. Whole world should condemn it, and United Nations is going to condemn it. And we urge our Prime Minister Narendra Modi as well as our government to use their judgment and wisdom and punish the people, those who are behind it. And I urge all my Indian American friends here to contribute to Jawan's family, contribute directly to Jawan's family so they can get whatever contribution we send from here. That's the only way we should stand behind them, and we all should stand behind. Doesn't matter what philosophy or thinking we have, we all should be one and stand behind our government of India and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Thank you.
A strong protest was recently held against the Pakistani embassy by a group of Indian Americans. They condemned the cowardly attack on CRPF Jawans at Pulwama. They questioned Pakistan's support for terror activities plotted in India. Organizers arranged for buses to bring community members from New Jersey. People of all ages showed up in support of Indian Jawans. Ashok Vyas has this report.
इससे बेटर वो डेवलपमेंट के बारे में सोचे. इंडिया अभी मून पर और कहाँ अंतरिक्ष में अपनी नासा की इतने अच्छी डेवलपमेंट है, कहाँ पहुँच चुका है, और पाकिस्तान अभी भी ये सब चीज़ों को पकड़ के बैठा है. आप एक एग्जांपल देखो तो ओसामा बिन लादेन, इतना बड़ा उसने यहाँ पे गलत काम किया, उसके बाद ओसामा बिन लादेन को अबोटाबाद पाकिस्तान से पकड़ा गया, और पाकिस्तान इन सब चीज़ों को डिनाई नहीं कर सकता.
देखिए, ऐसा है कि आगे क्या का जो सवाल का जो जवाब है वो हम और आप नहीं दे सकते. हम यहाँ आके अपना रोष प्रकट कर रहे हैं. जवाब तो भारतीय सेना देगी, ये बात तो पक्की है. क्यों भाई सब बोलते हैं कि नहीं? तो वो जो आगे क्या जो आप सवाल पूछ रहे हैं वो तो वहाँ से उनको जवाब मिल जाएगा. Nobody wants any interference in terms of law and order. जो उनको पत्थर दे उनका vested interest है, इनके साथ मिले हुए हैं सब लोग. So at the end of the day, it's a very complex answer. The answer is very simple. The youth of Kashmir has to be involved in the mainstream. I mean, आप ये पूछ रहे हैं कि जी वो कश्मीर में जो बच्चे हैं वो ऐसा वैसा. आप देखिए, पुलवामा टेरर के बाद 2 दिन के बाद आर्मी ने रिक्रूटमेंट ड्राइव की थी. ठीक है, ये सब मीडिया में भी आपने सुना होगा. Over 2,000 or over 1,000 Kashmiri youth showed up for maybe less than 100 vacancies, right? So the undercurrent of the service to nation, that ethos is there.
क्या लगता है आपको नेताओं को, चाहे भारत के हों पाकिस्तान के हों, विशेष करके पाकिस्तान, उनको किस चीज़ का ध्यान रखना चाहिए जब पब्लिक प्लेस पब्लिक डोमेन में अपने स्टेटमेंट जारी करते हैं?
नहीं, पाकिस्तान के जो भी लीडर है वो सब पपेट्स है. वहाँ का जो भी रूल चलता है वो उसके आर्मी का रूल चलता है. और जब तक आप उनका इतिहास देखेंगे, उनका मैक्सिमम टाइम जो नंबर ऑफ ईयर्स जो राज रहा है वो उनके मिलिट्री का राज रहा है. अभी भी उनके मिलिट्री का राज है. जब तक वहाँ पे उसका सिविल सोसाइटी इम्प्रूव नहीं होती है, अपना पॉलिटिकल डेमोक्रेसी नहीं लाती है, तब तक वो कंट्री हमेशा सरदर्द बना रहेगा भारत के लिए. हाँ, वहाँ पे सिविल सोसाइटी को ही वो डिसाइड करना है वो कब तक वो उनको रखेंगे, उनके लश्कर शाह को. ये उनकी जो लश्करशाही है वो ख़त्म होनी चाहिए. तब तक भारत में शांति नहीं होगी, और भारत ने भी उतना ही एग्रेशन दिखाना चाहिए. वी ऑलवेज हिट बिलो आवर कैपेसिटी. We should hit them back. We should in fact think that Pakistan occupied Kashmir is ours, and in fact think in that terms. And we have to be aggressive.
As you see, enthusiasm, yes, but the frustration more. This is going on for so long. I am a refugee of 1947 when India was divided in 2 parts. And since on, this has not stopped. It's going on in every corner from the Pakistan side. So the question is where and when this will stop. Trump is doing okay, but at the same time, our tax money as an Americans are being spent, and we are not stopping enough. We're just saying every time Mrs. Clinton say, and now the Trump say, okay, he cut down 5-10%, but 5-10% is not going to stop them doing this systematic massacre and torture of innocent people. So the time has come, we as an American, Indian American, put more pressure on our senators, congressmen in our constituency, and come forward, put some pressure more and more to stop that aid.
Vision of Asia, Voice of the Community, brings reports of various community events on ITV Gold every Monday to Thursday at 8 p.m. We also have a special weekly edition of Vision of Asia every Sunday at 11 a.m. It's time for a short break. The program continues right after these messages. Stay with us. An India Business Conference at Columbia University was organized recently. This was a significant conference with intellectual discussions about the promises and potentials of India. In addition to industry leaders, politically active voices were also heard with the presence of Ram Madhav and Sanjay Jha. Here's a report.
It's going through significant changes, and there are three areas where we want to focus: investment, without which we can't have the growth; tech, where India is significantly improving and we are having so many startups; and then also the consumption, which is where the growth lies. And next we will have two politicians, Mr. Ram Madhav and Mr. Sanjay Jha, who will come and speak about the politics, which is really required given the General Assembly elections which are coming up. And after that we'll have the tech panel, where we'll see a lot of entrepreneurs, startup, as well as bigger companies that have raised and are valued over $5 billion as well. We look forward to having you at the conference. Thank you.
With all the optimism, India is a difficult place to do business, relative to some other parts of the world. But the benefit of that, the positive of that from my perspective, and my firm also invests in Sri Lanka and parts of Africa, that if you can be successful in India, you can be successful in most other emerging markets.
Well, I'm delighted to be here at the Columbia Business School. India, the big leap that we should be making. I mean, that's the theme for the entire conference. And I'm delighted to be here because honestly, we got a big, huge election coming up in a couple of months from now. And I think the choices we make are going to be fundamental to the destiny of a great country. It's not just about economics, it's also about society. It's also about how are we going to actually live up to the great idea of India. Will India be secular? Will India be liberal? Will we respect our constitution? Will we actually be a country of the dreams of Mahatma Gandhi? I think these are issues that we need to figure out. We also need to know how are we going to get the GDP growth rate to reach the levels that we are capable of, but we're not doing. I mean, end of day, India needs to become a lot more of a robust economy. We need a politics that is responsible and not just sloganeering and doing the hyperbole and the rhetoric. India has potential, but we have missed the bus too often in the past. It's time we grabbed it with both hands. And therefore, in this election, I think the choices people make will be critical. I'm delighted to be here to discuss what are the options.
We are inaugurating the 15th edition of the India Business Conference. The theme of this year's conference is Future of India, Taking the Winning Leap. We're talking about the building blocks as part of our keynote sessions. These include the macroeconomic policies, the monetary policies, and the political reforms. As part of our the growth drivers of the Indian economy, we are covering 3 panel sessions: consumer, investments, and technological innovation.
Our aim at the club is to take forward the discussion which is going on in the South Asian part of the world, and in particular this conference focuses on India. So India is right now is at a very interesting inflection point where the growth is ticking off, and India is the fastest growing country in the world right now. That India is the only country which is showing positive growth numbers. So the growth is also growing, whereas most other growing nations, the growth is now starting to slow down. So this conference is trying to focus on discussing that. What are the key drivers of that growth? What are the key risk factors that the country needs to be aware of? And how policymakers, entrepreneurs, and investors can be aware of those risk factors as well as the growing enabling factors, and and extract opportunities out of those drivers, as well as be aware of the risks and minimize the downside.
If I looked at my portfolio of Indian stocks every 5 years, what I would find is half the portfolio has turned itself over and exited. There have been a couple of stocks that stay in the whole time, but it's a very dynamic market. And that's what you want. You want a high nominal GDP growth, which India is around 11%. You want growing population, growing economy, and then that creates a very fertile hunting ground for you, even if optically the valuations are high.
I think it's an exciting opportunity for us to have a lot of different voices from India coming in and sharing their perspective on what the way ahead for India looks like. 2019 is an exciting year. It's a pivotal year in many ways because we're going to see a change in government potentially, and that might have its own ramifications. So having all of these leaders from across politics and business and technology and entrepreneurship coming and speaking and sharing their perspective on what the India story looks like, I think is a very compelling, very compelling proposition for whoever happens to be in New York today. And we're excited to have over 300 people in attendance, students from Columbia and from other universities, as well as industry professionals who are working in the city of New York. We also have some people who've flown in from other cities, and I think that sort of speaks to the quality of the event we've been able to put together.
India has had $115 billion invested in private equity over the last 15 years. And that is among the highest rate, if you will, per dollar of GDP invested among all emerging markets. So India continues to be a very attractive investment for private equity investments. Number two, India has been on a long learning journey. And over the last couple of years, India has emerged with a much better record on both returns, exits, and the ability to produce robust investment opportunities for investors. So India is improving, and I have to say this has been an interesting journey from the lows in 2009 and 10, post the global financial crisis, to now a much more vibrant environment for investors.
Find your path. What worked for me may not work for you. Find your path. Be smart about it. Be an individual. The most important thing is be yourself. Don't follow somebody else's path, because what they are looking for is an original actor. And if you remain an original person, of course learn and follow the path, but be yourself.
It's been a really exciting session so far. We just heard from Anupam Kher about his career in the cinema industry and how he has grown from kind of nothing to everything that he is.
Well, I'm very happy that Columbia University invited me for this interactive session. I had a great time interacting with young minds. There is so much to learn, and through my journey, if I can sort of inspire them and if I can tell them what I think is important to achieve certain things in life, then it's worth it. I had a great time.
So first of all, I want to say that this is a very successful conference that we've organized, and all thanks to the awesome conference team of our club. And we've got over 300 members attending this conference, and speakers from all over, from all different kinds of industries. We've got people from the PE panel, VC panels, we've got tech speakers, we've got people from the media industry. As Anupam Kher was the last speaker in the panel. So overall, this is a great conference.
The Dalit Film and Cultural Festival was organized on February 23rd at Royal Albert's Palace in New Jersey. National award-winning filmmaker Nagraj Manjule was also present at this unique festival. Here's a report.
And we are a group of organizers, but more importantly, we are a big team of about 25 people who have been working day and night for about 1 month now to make this happen. And looking at the way the response has come in this Dalit festival, we are very thankful, and we are also very gratified by the fact that all the hard work is coming off. But more importantly, our filmmakers Nagraj Manjule, Paranjit, and also Miss Niharika Singh, these are the people who have added the credibility to this event, and that is what really has carried through this event. So we are very happy at this point in time that the event went off so splendidly, and the kind of response we got from everyone has been really very good. So having said that, we do plan to have this kind of an event on a regular basis going forward. Thank you.
Dalif 2019 would like to honor our first lady celebrity, the star guest Niharika Singh.
I think it's fantastic that you're getting to see Dalit talent from all over the country under one roof, and I'm deeply honored and humbled that they decided to invite me as one of the guests for the first Dalit. And I really wish everybody, all the organizers, the very best, and I hope they continue to do such great work and the festival reaches great heights and we have more and more talent.
Hello, thank you to ITV especially for helping organize this grand event. We have been doing this for first time. We were a bit nervous, but I am sure that you have liked it. This is a grand platform for helping the directors and producers who actually address the social issues through their movies, and we have been actually successful. Thanks to you, thanks to ITV, thanks to our media partners, thanks to our entertainment partner as well, Green Chilies. We will do it best next time again. So thank you ITV. Thank you for your support.
And now let's honor multi-talented star celebrity filmmaker Nagraj Manjure.
मुझे अच्छा लग रहा है और जैसे रंजित ने भी कहा कि ये ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा बड़ा इवेंट होते जाना चाहिए, ऐसे मेरी तमन्ना है, मेरी आशा है और ज़्यादा फिल्में इसमें शामिल हों। एक बहुत अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म है।
नमस्कार, मैं नागराज मंजुळे। मुझे बहुत खुशी हो रही है कि मैं इस पहले दलित फिल्म फेस्टिवल में शामिल हुआ और मुझे लग रहा है कि ये बहुत अच्छा ज़रिया है फिल्मों के लिए, एक अलग अपना कहना रखने वाली फिल्मों के लिए। ये दलित फिल्म फेस्टिवल मुझे लगता है कि बहुत ही अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म है। आगे भी ये फेस्टिवल बहुत अच्छा काम करेगा और दिनों दिन और बेहतर बनता जाएगा। थैंक यू सो मच।
Don't go anywhere. Vision of Asia, Voice of the Community resumes after these messages from our sponsors. Vikas Khanna is a well-known name as Vikas Khanna is a well-known name as a chef. He has written books about cooking as well as about Gandhiji. He has participated in acclaimed TV shows. Now, this creative being has come up with a film titled The Buried Seeds. The movie was showcased at Asia Society recently. Our host Aditi Lamba spoke with Vikas for ITV Gold. Here's the report.
What sort of inspired you to, take on the subject?
Well, I met Vikas a few years ago, and his story was really inspiring because he went from being born with disability, being bullied in school,
Right.
going through all sorts of obstacles to where he is right now. And to me, that was very inspirational, and I wanted to create something that would inspire especially younger generation and people
Right.
who just want to pursue their dream and they're a little bit stuck in everyday life and what they're doing every day, and they think that this is the only way.
Right.
He's somebody that is reinventing himself every day. While we were editing this film, he managed to do his own film.
Yeah.
He shot a full feature-length narrative film that is now showing in festivals. So
Right.
it's pretty impressive how he's able to transform himself.
What do you think are some of his greatest qualities? The qualities that you truly wanted to showcase in the documentaries. When you found out, what it was and how you wanted your narrative to show, what were those key aspects?
First of all, it's very hard work. It's perseverance. He doesn't give up, and we show it in the story multiple times. There are so many obstacles on his way through his life journey,
Right.
and he keeps going, and he keeps going in a way that he reinvents himself to become better and better and better. So these obstacles are actually a fuel to that fire.
Right.
So that's very interesting, and he also has a very good intuition of where he would like to go, and he follows it. He follows his gut feeling. He doesn't follow much of what other people are telling him what to do, and he's just a man who has some personal instinct that he's pursuing.
I didn't know much about America. I come to New York barehanded, nothing. I didn't have any work permits. I was just working in this small place, but the chef did not like me. I one day takes a cleaver.
How was your, reaction with all of this audience?
This is the first time I saw the movie myself. I had seen a little parts of it at Venice Film Festival, but I think it was amazing. It's almost like reliving your life, and to openly speak about your failures in front of everyone, where it's a kind of a taboo from where we come from. You don't talk about what didn't go well in life. But here, with Andre, I'm so proud I did not know what made it to the edit because you shot a lot.
One last message for these Indian Americans that will get to watch the movie eventually here. What do you think they should take from it?
I think not to be defined by your pigmentation, which I talk about in the movie, that, in my trade, majority of the leading chefs were always white, and authors and storytellers and kind of ambassadors. But, if I had believed what people thought about industries being defined by color, I would have believed it. But I do not want to believe anything, and I don't want to be boxed in a creative frame that this is your profession, you should stick to it. I have a perfume coming out which is going to be a crazy thing, and yeah, we have almost like 24 spices, which is amazing, in a perfume now. Now you can wear me, and we have next feature films coming out which are again defining such amazing story and new research. So don't let anyone stop you, and do not let anyone tell you how your profession can be defined.
It is now time for a weekly special. This week with Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parekh.
And now time for weekly show with a passionate India lover, chairman of ITV Gold and Parekh Worldwide Media. Get ready for loving sharing from physician, philanthropist, publisher and India advocate in this week with Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parekh. Welcome to This Week with Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parekh. And Dr. Sudhir Parekh, I welcome you. With folded hands, I convey my namaskar to you. And whole India was waiting for something to happen in response to Pulwama attack. The way things have unfolded, what we have seen, what we have heard, how do you feel?
Well, to start with, let me, on behalf of Indian American community and all the NRIs outside India, I would like to salute our Jawans, as well as I would like to congratulate our Prime Minister Sri Narendra Bhai Modi and his determined effort to punish and make India safe.
So with that, congratulations. Let's go slightly into the details of the potential options which were available. And you have yourself attended a lot of demonstrations and candlelight vigil here in New Jersey. The kind of expectations that people had from Government of India here as well as in India, do you think the reply is befitting?
I think reply was befitting. It's very measured. It's very timely, and it's very kind of defensive, because what I understand from the Secretary of MEA, that they had some information that these terrorists are planning some more attacks on India in different locations, and they could identify the terrorist location where they were training, where they're getting ready. So I think this is really a great, perfect, measured and calibrated response, where we are really, even though we crossed the LOC, we did not cross the LOC, because this is a way we can always, we have good argument that what we did is in defense of anticipated multiple terrorist attack in near future.
And let's talk about international community's response. I believe even before this was planned and the day was chosen, probably Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Indian government was in close contact with America, France and several other countries.
Yes, and I think everyone, international diplomatic circle and all the governments, they all agree that this was very measured in self-defense, and it's a appropriate response to what happened 2 weeks ago.
And Dr. Just staying towards the emotional side of Indians, when they feel that intrusion happens, they come and kill innocent people and we do nothing, which happened a couple of times. So this makes some significant change in the morale of common Indian citizens.
Yes, of course, it made all the Indian citizen and Indian American outside India very proud and very satisfied, because they all there is some closure to it, and this is a perfect way of closing without escalating whole situation between two countries, and without having much collateral, without having any collateral damage to the innocent civilians. This is a perfect response, and I must congratulate and I must salute our Prime Minister for his wisdom, his judgment, and his vision.
So as you have also expressed your special respect, I would say, for the vision of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And we just witnessed an important landmark unveiling or inauguration of National War Memorial in India at prime location in Delhi. You must have seen the images. It's a huge campus.
I think it was kind of overdue, because we must remember all the Jawans who protect us, who die for us, who really sacrifice their life for us, should be remembered forever. And this Jawan's Memorial is a great idea. Just like example, in Washington DC we have Vietnam War Memorial, Korean War Memorial. Right. That has to be there, because history has to be remembered. And any country, any culture person has to appreciate it when they work for the people of the country. And I'm really thank you, Prime Minister Modi and his government to inaugurating this excellent and looks like a very great design war memorial. And I'm sure that our young children, young adults will go there and they will remember and they will learn, and that's how you continue your culture, history in the future by looking at the history from the back.
Absolutely.
Or past.
And he has also demonstrated how someone with character, when he leads the nation, everybody is energized and inspired. So we'll come back to India, but let's go to the response of Pakistan. Pakistan government, as happens most of the time, has denied that anything of this nature has taken place. And talk to me a little bit about how do you perceive the potential reaction from Pakistan?
Well, I mean, I'm hoping, and I'm the very optimistic person. I'm hoping that because of this attack or this our action was very measured, very calibrated, very in defense. I mean, in self-defense. I'm sure that my guess or my bet is that probably Pakistan will just do rhetoric talk, and I don't think they will do anything counterattack, and everything will hopefully will stop here.
So I just bring to your attention, just 4 days ago, Prime Minister of Pakistan in his statement was using threatening tone that if India takes any action, we won't think, we'll retaliate. And then just a day ago, the statement was that Prime Minister Modi let us give peace a chance. So there was already a shift in the way he was approaching the whole scenario.
No, because right now what I understand from the expert, military expert and defense expert, international and national, that Pakistan is not in position economically to sustain any war. Plus, Pakistan military is also probably is not in a great shape right now. That was according to the expert, quote unquote. So I think that's why my hope is that nothing is going to happen, counter reaction to what happened yesterday. And that's the best for both the countries. We taught them lesson. We destroyed the base where all the terrorists was kind of breeding. And I think that, and probably they will think twice in the future before they do something like this. In Pulwama.
Absolutely. And Dr. Sudhir Parikh, before we conclude today's show, I also want you to share your views on another important landmark unveiling of the biggest Srimad Bhagavad Gita at SCON Temple in Delhi by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Symbolically, what do you think it suggests?
No, it suggests that when only any culture or any heritage or any history only can continue if you go back to your roots. And Srimad Bhagavad Gita is our roots of the Hinduism, roots of our India, and it's all other spiritual books directly or indirectly came from this Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So inauguration of the this large scale book or giant, I mean life-size Gita. It's a great service and it's a great vision of Prime Minister, and what he's telling the young generation that stick to your roots, stick to your heritage, stick to your culture, and follow the preaching of the Gita, and you will be successful in the future.
And as we conclude, share how Srimad Bhagavad Gita has helped you find your way, and any parting words for our viewers.
Well, I always believe that to success, and I really practice myself for many years, that always be honest, always be helpful, without any expectation from the others. If you do that, you always be happy, and you always be respected, and always remember, always you respect other, then you get similar respect back to you. So that's my
Wonderful
life.
words. Absolutely. The mantra is respect, and you get respected. And I want to thank any thought as we conclude this show directly for our viewers.
Well, I mean, my dear friends of Indian American living in America, as well as all friends in India, I think we must salute our Prime Minister for his very decisive action, as well as we must salute our Jawans who took part, or pilots who took part in this operation, because of them, today we are safe and our democracy is thriving. Okay, then let's meet again next week. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat Mata, bye bye.
That is all the time we have for today's Vision of Asia. Become a friend of the ITV Gold page and have access to our live shows as well as other programs. Do share details of events at events@itvgold.com and subscribe to ITV Gold's YouTube channel. See you next week at the same time. Until then, have a great week ahead. I'm Kala Shankar. Namaste.